think we're live now. So, all right. Do live commentary. Get fixed, boy. Let me just get my mic closer. Okay. Oh, I should probably note live commentary. Get fixed, boy. Hardcore. There we go. Okay. That's better. The idea is that I kind of just talk about everything that goes through my mind. Just to kind of give you an idea of what I think about. I don't know. Real original name. I have way too many characters. Holy shit. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think we'll do medium. Just because I have way too many worlds. I'm gonna do the minigame and hit some stars. So this is mostly probably going to be a resource for our community, just to kind of see what all goes on in Get Fixed Boy and kind of know what to think about and what's going on. At least that's my idea. But if any of you are watching this who also just want to get better at hardcore, this could work. So hitting these stars generates more loot, but also more traps. So more loot's nice. But I think it caps out at some point. And I think once it says generating traps, then it only does traps. So you may as well stop hitting the stars. Yeah, so. Alright. Okay. So I made a medium world. I think that's fine for single player. Small worlds are just a little too small, to be honest. They're really small. And I normally do large worlds, at least in multiplayer, but for single player, this is probably fine. Final cleanup. Okay. So, let's go and find the world. Okay. Let's go. So, the first thing I'm going to do is pick a direction, run, and swing at the trees. So, swinging at the trees gets things like rope, food. There's fruits that spawn from the trees, so we're just going to do this. Also, live bombs can drop, so instead of chopping the trees myself, these bombs that spawn from the pots and from the trees will go ahead and blow up the trees and get me wood, so I don't need to chop any trees. So I'm just going to run along, swing these trees, jumping over slimes, trying not to hit the slimes, because if I hit the slimes, then they'll come towards me. If you notice, that guy just continued going to the left there, so he didn't like turn around and come after me. So all the slimes, they aren't actually aggroed, at least like in the regular game, like the surface slimes. They didn't get fixed by like these lava slimes. They won't actually aggro on you, so they'll just keep going the one direction that they're going until they like hit a wall. If they hit a wall and like jump a couple times, they might eventually turn around. Okay, so I reached the end of the world. Be careful by going like all the way to the end, because you can get like demons and hellbats and stuff like that to spawn, so just be careful with going too far. So now we're just gonna run back and pick up all the loot that we got, and then while I'm running, I'm gonna start to organize my inventory a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my rope where I want my rope. Make sure to have my fruits where I know they will be, because you will die to starvation. So you start with peckish, but you do have quite a bit of time before you need to eat. There's peckish, and then after peckish runs out, I think you go to hungry. And hungry, you don't take damage, but I think it lowers your stats. But you can still just sit with that. So anyways, I'm just gonna run back, pick up all the loot, pick up all my fruit, pick up all the wood. And then now I think I'm gonna start to build a... Hold on, I should probably let me see, does that pause it? I'm gonna turn off the Discord sounds. Okay. There we go. Okay. So we made it back to spawn. So I'm gonna go ahead and build a little slime farm to get a bunch of gel before I go up, because not having torches sucks when you die in darkness. So I'm just gonna kind of come a ways here, look for a flat area. This looks nice. And I'm just gonna go ahead and build a little slime farm. Although this doesn't look nice, I'll go ahead and make that a little better. So if you don't know, there's an easy little slime farm that you can build. And now I'm kind of just taking my time. I don't really need to go too fast. In multiplayer with other people, you might want to go a little faster if they're kind of threatening to take the loot, and then you'll be a little starved for loot. So you can go faster, but for the purpose of this run, where I want to take the time to explain everything, I'm gonna go ahead and go a little slower. So those were, you saw I hammered the blocks and sloped them, so those are like platform hoiks, basically. If you don't know what hoiks are, look that up. So you slope the block and then block swap it with a platform, and now it just looks like a platform, but it maintains the properties of the hoik. So these slimes can't jump out and get me, but it's also a platform, so I can still stab through and poke them. So they all kind of just get gathered in this little box. So they come from both sides. You know, I have this one with a platform hoik, bring them to the right side, and then they all jump up, and then I just stab them. And the copper short sword works really great for this, so you don't really need to make a wooden sword. Some people like to make the shadewood armor in case they touch lava. You'll probably survive, but I don't know. I never really do it. I think if you're falling in lava, you're already doing something wrong. So yeah, I don't really do it. But anyways, I just want to get a decent amount of torches so that I'm not kind of stuck with no light. Just really slows down your caving and exploration if you have no light. It really sucks. So anyways, I'm just going to kind of rope up here, see if there's any good pathways up, because the first thing you want to do is kind of get into a cave. This area looks kind of okay over here. I might just platform over instead of roping up again over there. Probably should grab a little bit more wood just to have more blocks, more platforms, because running out of platforms kind of sucks. But anyways, we're just gonna look and see if there's a good pathway up, because that's the first step, kind of just getting out of hell and getting up. So getting a good pathway up is really important, because there's a lot of crispy honey that hurts and spawns lava. There's mobs like demon eyes. There's also a trap there. There's a pressure plate. So just a lot of things that can go wrong. I'm just gonna go ahead and wall this off, break the pressure plate. So I'm just gonna try and look for a solid way up, because again, that's kind of the first thing you want to do, is get up out of hell and into the caves, start exploring, start getting heart crystals, start getting loot. Yeah, that's the most important thing pretty much. Is just get geared up as quickly as possible pretty much. Increase your survivability. I'm gonna go ahead and break these pots with the rope. The rope has extra range, so sometimes you might not be able to reach to break a pot or something. So you can use rope to do that, because placing a rope on a pot will break it. If you don't know why I'm doing that, it's because pots can spawn slimes, they can spawn bombs. So they're kind of a threat. So you just want to be very careful. When you got pots and you're in maybe a bit of a like closed off area, or just basically anywhere, they can be dangerous. So, you know, just don't break pots kind of without thinking twice about it. So I'm gonna break it. Got torches, we're good. Because if that was a bomb, that would have been bad. So I see there's a dart trap here. There's also another dart trap here and a Medusa statue. So it's a pressure plate here, but I just want to be very careful because there could be a lot of pressure plates. And there's one here I see, so just kind of scan the floor, make sure you know where all the traps are. So I'm going to go ahead and break this pot, but I'm going to go ahead and build a little wall just so that if it is a slime or a bomb, won't get fucked up. I'm going to go ahead and break this Medusa statue. It could be useful if we want to get Ankh Shield or something later. So, okay. Looks like we made it up, and it looks like it's just normal underground, which is okay. I really don't like these torches. I'm going to go and trash them. The ice biome is a little better. Looks like we've got a bit of crispy honey blocking our way, but what you can do is, like, with your tunnel here, you can just break the crispy honey around it, and you'll be alright. You just lead it off to the sides, and then keep your tunnel going up. Obviously, you don't want to do this too much. If there's a ton of crispy honey, it'll be a pain in the ass. But I'm so close now to the underground that it's okay. Just gonna respond to my people in Discord asking about the live commentary. All right. So I got 8 minutes left on our hungry. And then we need to eat. Good thing to kind of just be aware of how much time you have left, because you might want to eat before you need to if you are kind of in a hairy situation. You don't want to start taking damage when you're in the middle of doing something potentially dangerous. So just a good thing to be aware of what you're at. So I am leaving these ones on the sides, which could be dangerous, but they can't really hurt you, so it's okay. That one didn't have lava, so I'm just gonna keep going. That one didn't either. So just slowly, carefully is the name of the game. There's a pressure plate here. It looks like it's a boulder. I'm not gonna turn on auto cursor because that can really screw you up. I'm gonna go ahead and break the pressure plate. Just don't want to mess with that. Don't want to mess with traps. Okay, so now that we're in kind of the underground, I'm gonna grab some of this iron, and you just need 15 ore for an anvil. I often kind of ignore the lower tier ores, and then later on you're like, oh shoot, I need an anvil, and there's nothing you can do about it. So I like just grabbing it when I see it. And then also stone. I just want to grab enough stone for a furnace and also some arrows. I like making a bow as soon as possible because just having a ranged weapon is really nice. It can help keep things away from you. So it's really nice, even just a wooden bow. And I saw a heart crystal up here, so I'm going to start making my way towards that. Do you go for the 6 iron for bucket? Not normally. There's another heart crystal there. In Get Fix Boy, lava isn't as good. It just doesn't damage enemies, so I feel like getting the bucket isn't really as important. Getting a honey bucket is nice, but I feel like you're not going to be finding honey that easily. So I feel like you can just get it later. So I'm going to go ahead and place 2 blocks on either side of this heart crystal, just in case if it's a heart crystal boulder, it won't start rolling away, and it'll just hit those and break. So I'm just going to go for these life crystals and just eat them immediately. So as I'm mining here, I notice that there's these 2 pots, and I'm going to go 1 block down so I don't break them, because if they spawn bombs, my tunnel's going to get blown up. Right now there's only a green slime, so it's not that dangerous, but there is this armed zombie over here. So just to avoid getting in a hairy situation, I'm going to go ahead and just avoid breaking those pots, because I don't want to deal with that. Yeah, I don't think the bucket is that worth it in Get Fixed Boy. And for the worthy and stuff like that, getting a bucket and getting lava early can be really nice, because they can, lava can just deal with a lot of enemies. But at Get Fixed Boy, lava doesn't really do that much, so not really worth it. Doesn't look like there's any coins in this little room either, which is unfortunate. But I'm just going to keep going over towards this heart crystal, and I'm just going to stay tunneling because it's safer. I'm going to, again, avoid these pots. Don't want to blow up my tunnel. So just play it safe. I'm going to break this now. We did get a bomb, so just going to be careful. But it does break my heart crystal for me, so that's fine. We're going to go ahead and eat that. So just being aware of pots whenever you're breaking pots or around pots, that, hey, that could be a bomb, or hey, that could be a slime. Because, like, if it spawns like a yellow slime, that's probably just going to one-shot you early on. So just being aware of that, just kind of basically assume that every pot is going to be the worst case scenario. So just don't try to break them without being prepared for anything that could happen. So now I got those 2 heart crystals. I don't really see anything too interesting around, so I'm just digging up and, away from this area. Looks like there's a sunflower there, but nothing interesting, so I'm just going to keep digging. Keep digging. And I might eat a fruit soon. I'm at 3 minutes. Don't want to wait until I'm in a bad situation to have to be eating, so right now while I'm safe, I'm thinking I might do it. And I did leave that star statue, but I don't tend to go mage that much, so I don't think it's that important. And it's close enough to spawn that if I need it later, I'll be able to find it pretty easily, so not too worried. I'm going to eat now. I'm going to go ahead and grab some of these torches because I don't have too many, so I'm just going to pick some of these up and keep going. So that jellyfish over there reveals nothing interesting, so I'm just going to keep digging. Keep digging. Yeah, we just want to get kind of higher up, find loot, get chests, get heart crystals, mobility, gems. Gems are a huge thing to look out for, just grabbing all the little pockets of gems, because there's so many different types of gems. Looks like we got a railway here, which is really nice, but we're covered with water. So I'm going to try and drain some of it out. I might go up and to the left here. It looks like there's not much water over here. So these minecart tracks are really common in Get Fixed Boy. Trying to get a torch up there. Which can be really nice to kind of just cover a bunch of area and, obviously find loot, hopefully. But I just caution riding them. I'd prefer to walk upon them, just because you can't really slow down and change direction as easily if you're on the rail. There's also pressure plates on the rails, so if you're just walking along the rail, you won't activate those because you have to be on the minecart to activate those. So overall, just walking along them is a lot safer, but it still really helps to just cover ground faster. So I'm just going to block in this red slime and then go over to the left here, kind of ignore it. So with the sunflowers, I'm really fast, which is kind of scary. Trying to place a torch here. I'm going to go ahead and block this off. I'm just going to eat these immediately. There's no real reason. So for a space like this, I'm going to hop on the rail for a second. But I really don't like this area with this boulder and the jellyfish, so I'm probably just going to use blocks and kind of build across. this section. Well, obviously, keeping torches. I'm going to go ahead and switch my block now because I don't want to use all my wood, but at the beginning, that's the only block you really have. But now they have some dirt, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to that. So I'm just going to keep going, keep exploring, staying far away from that jellyfish. Jellyfish can do some wacky things and one-shot you, and they suck. So don't want to have anything to do with that jellyfish. So here, I am going to hop on this rail for just a second, just to kind of stay away from that water and stay on the path of the rail. And there was that zombie there, so that was a good idea. Looks like there's a heart crystal down here. Just want to be careful with light and any traps or anything. If you notice, I have not really been walking on any area that could have a trap on it. Because while yes, you can try and be aware of the traps, it's better to just avoid walking on any area that could be a trap. So I'm walking on my own placed blocks or something like that. So this is a scary situation. We've got slimes coming in from over here. This zombie fortunately went down below and didn't make it onto our platform. I'm just going to build a wall in case the slime can get over there. When will Wexel Radley finally upload again? Yeah, he's been a while. I think he's been focused more on his single player modded stuff that he's been streaming. So we're just going to, again, keep going. I don't like how open this is above me, so I'm just going to be very kind of wary and aware of everything around me and just on high alert of everything. Now, I don't like water streams because they can kind of cover up pressure plates and stuff like that, so I'm just going to be on my own placed blocks here. I'm going to go and block the ceiling off. I don't want to go up there right now, and I don't want things to drop on my head, so no reason for me to be there. I'm going to block this off as well. I don't like having a bunch of directions that things can come at me from. So I am on this rail, but I'm going very slow on it, just kind of analyzing and scanning. Now again, I don't like the water, but if there is rail here, there can't be a regular pressure plate, so I know that's safe to walk. This goblin scout jumping down is scary, but we're just going to avoid it, run away. That's why I don't like really open areas with a lot of directions that things can come from. Thankfully that slime went below us, so just be very careful and kind of expect things to kind of drop down on you from any direction. So I want to talk about just like how open this is. There's a lot of directions that you could go to explore, but it's also very dangerous having all these directions kind of open so that things can come at you. I'm gonna try and read chat. I absolutely loved your vid on multiplayer get fixed way hardcore. Sent up to multiple of my friends. Yeah, I need to make more videos, but I'm slow. And life. Okay, I'm out of torches, so that sucks. And now there's a zombie coming after me. So I'm just gonna build a wall so he can't get to me. And I might go and do some crafting. I'll use up my mushrooms for it. So I want to go ahead and make a bow now because I still haven't done that. Regular's fine. We're just gonna go ahead and make some wooden arrows. So I don't have too much wood or gel, so this is kind of silly. I might try and kill this red slime just for the gel, honestly, because I don't have enough torches to make a furnace. So we're gonna go ahead and do this, improvise. We're gonna go ahead and do the little platform hoik again, so that they can't get to us. Just take it slow. Take it slow and safe. Get some gel, get some more torches. We'll go ahead and craft the furnace. I can go ahead and make the anvil later, but that's good for now. I'm gonna keep going. Okay, so we got a house here. That's one thing, is that with the celebration seed, it's pretty clear when you have a house. I'm just gonna go ahead and block this off. But one thing to be wary of on Gut Fix Boy is that any houses can be trapped. So just be aware of that. I'm gonna go ahead and break the statue first of all. And then if you hit the chest, you notice that there's no particles coming off. That means it's trapped. If particles came off of it, that would mean it's just a regular chest, and it's not trapped. This one is trapped. There's also a red pressure plate here, which looked like it was hooked up to the skeleton statue. So we're going to go ahead and just break that. And we notice that the explosive is here. What I find is that in these house chests, when they're trapped, it's usually just one explosive. Which is pretty devious because it's just one, it's not as obvious. I feel like if there's a bunch, it's a lot harder to like not notice it. But it's always still a risk to go ahead and open these because it could be like crosswired with something else, but I don't see anything in the immediate, so I'm just going to block myself off. I'm going to open it. We could die, but looks like we're good. So I'm going to go ahead and just drink the shine potion immediately, and finally we got recall potions. I'm going to put those up in my hotbar, equip the shoe spikes. We got a bit of tungsten, so I might actually do some crafting here. And see if we can get, maybe like a bow. The tungsten pickaxe is just so slow that I don't know if it's worth it. I'll go ahead and break the chest as well. So yeah, you can tell that was a dead man's chest because no particles. So it's a really easy way to tell. Just, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and make the tungsten bow. Really quick way to tell just if it's real or if it's fake. I might actually grab some of these platforms for wood as well. Because if it gives off particles, then you just don't need to worry about it. You can just open it because it just can't be trapped. It can still have a whatchamacallits, the gas trap, because that's just an item inside of it. We have one torch. But it can't be like hooked up to an explosive or anything, so if it gives off particles, oh, we got torches. So if it gives off particles, you know that you can just open it. So following this rail, but it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of great stuff along it. There is quite a few slimes down there, which could be a good idea to kill. So just notice, like, whenever I am riding the rail, I go very slow and just very careful, always scanning ahead, always searching. You know, what am I going to be stepping on? There's another rail down there, but honestly, I'm kind of at such a low elevation that I'm not really finding too much stuff, so I'm going to try and go higher. Gas traps can be a death sentence. If you're really low on health, they could just kill you. But if you have a couple of heart crystals, you'll probably be fine if you just like stop moving, put a campfire down, sit in a chair. I'm gonna go and break this pressure plate. You can also just leave, or if you have a honey bucket, you can just throw the honey bucket on you, and that will cure the poisoning. It won't cure the poisoning, but it'll stop you from taking damage to the poison, at least while you still have the honey buff. So the honey buff will last longer, or the poison will last longer than the honey buff, so you will need to use it a couple of times. But if you have it, you know, then you're fine. So there's a variety of things you can do, but so these boulders are kind of everywhere, but as long as you just like don't break them, they just sit there, so you can even just like stand on them. So just be careful, just maybe don't have auto, you know, kind of smart cursor on when you're around them. People are doing their homework. How many torches have we got now? Is that it? This is our only torch. Great. But we do have that shine potion from earlier, which will help, especially right now. I'm just going to block off behind me so that nothing can come on. But yeah, that shine potion will help since we're low on torches right now, so I don't really need to place torches. Just one thing to note is, okay, this is scary. You can kind of dig into boulders without, if you're not paying too much of attention, so I might just... I don't really want to break it because it could spawn like a queen bee or something, so I was thinking about just breaking it, but I'm just going to ignore it, kind of block it off. Looks like there's another boulder here, but it doesn't look like there's anything good, so I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to get fixed voice solo before 1k hours. I believe it. I believe it. And yeah, I don't need this torch. I'm going to pick it back up. So again, I'm just going to block off behind me while I'm tunneling so that nothing can come up behind me while I'm not paying too much of attention. So, oh, we got a bomb. So that's another thing is like sometimes you can just not see bombs or not see pots and they can drop bombs on you. So just be aware of that. That water kind of hit it. I didn't really see it, but I see this hoplite statue and I'm actually going to go ahead and grab it because hoplite armor is not bad. It's a solid option if you don't want to mine and get like full platinum armor. Gladiator armor is pretty good, so if I see it, I'm gonna grab that. Could be a good option. I think Dreas is working on some videos. He's in chat, but I don't know how much that's going. I'm kind of working on a letter core video, but just life is busy. I'm in my last year of college, and you know, moving into getting a full-time job, so just busy. So we're kind of in more caves, but doesn't look like there's any good loot. So I'm just gonna kind of move up to here because it looks more open. I'm gonna go ahead and break this pressure plate as I move in, just aware of this dart trap. I'm gonna pick up this day bloom as well. So this here is the difference between caverns and underground. So even though this is like the caverns background, this is the underground background. And Get Fixed Boy, everything's kind of backwards. So we're moving into the caverns now, more or less. Everything's kind of messed up in Get Fixed Boy, but basically we're in like the caverns now, which is better. It's gonna be more loot. Well, Dreas plays in all of our well, not all, but you know, a lot of our runs, so all of our hardcore challenges and stuff. So we got another rail here, which is probably gonna be really nice to get a lot of loot, but we do have pressure plates here, so just, you know, constantly be aware of traps and try and disarm them as much as you can. I'm gonna just kind of check this area, and it is beneficial because we do have a heart crystal right here. I'm gonna go and wall off this pot and then break it, and it is a bomb, so just gonna be careful. And it looks like there was a pressure plate, I think, that it broke. Just gonna, like I said again, I just don't like, ooh, that thing's throwing bones. And there's a beetle. I don't like walking on things that could be trapped, right? Even if you're paying attention. Okay, we got a worm. So I'm gonna go ahead and build a little mini arena. I don't want to recall right now, but we have quite a bit of health, so we should be okay. I'm gonna pull out my shurikens. Ow. Looks like there's a mushroom biome up there. Kind of scary, but mushroom biomes can have a lot of good loot, but they can also have a lot of traps and a lot of statues, and you can get bad statues like Pigron and stuff like that. But I want to deal with this slime, or this worm first. It looks like he might have left. Okay, so it looks like we've got this area over here and a mushroom biome above us, and then also this rail to the right. But I might go and check out this mushroom biome first, because that might be the most promising in terms of loot. There is a boulder here, but I'm just going to kind of go around it. Looks like we got platinum here, so that's one benefit of being higher up in the, like I said, this kind of cavern layer distinction, is that you can get mushroom biomes, you can get the higher tier ores. I don't think platinum and gold spawn below that. There's a heart crystal here. There's a lot of lava. So there's also this bat that I don't want to have to deal with. Looks like there's a lot of lava in this mushroom biome, which might kind of override a lot of the loot. So I don't really want to be out in the open right now. I'm going to go ahead and go over to the left side here and maybe just tunnel over to this heart crystal. Because, yeah, this bat, don't want to deal with the contact damage that bats do. But I'm not going to take it too slow. I'm going to kind of do this open tunnel, which allows me to go faster and kind of just get over while this bat is mucking around doing who knows what. I blocked him off now, so we should be good. This looks safe. Nothing really too scary in this area. So I'm just going to go up here. Again, block this off, and I think this one is a boulder. Yeah. They do have slightly different sprites. So if you do kind of learn to tell what's what, you can tell. This is an explosive barreler, which is really scary. Don't want to get anywhere near that. It doesn't look like there's anything noteworthy around it, so I'm just going to ignore it and go far away from it. But yeah, you can tell the heart crystals apart, but if you're new, just block them all off. It's safer. Anyways, we're getting into the main mushroom biome now, and now this is scary because mobs are going to start hitting pressure plates, things are going to start exploding, statues are going to start spawning mobs, and coming from below, not really a great idea, because that's probably where the explosives are going to be. I already see one here, so I'm going to try to avoid it. There's one here, so yeah, mushroom biomes are scary, but can have good loot. I'm going to avoid those explosives and go off to the left here, but we do see a shark statue, which is really good because shark fins are part of hunter potions, which are really good potions. Top of A tier. So I'm going to go ahead and definitely grab that. But yeah, so there's a chest here. So this pressure plate is hooked up to this explosive. This chest is hooked up to this explosive. And this is still kind of the lower layer of the mushroom biome. It looks like there's another layer above. So yeah, scary stuff. And also it looks like our shine ran out, so that sucks. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of dig my way up here to this shark statue. Okay, now we're kind of getting a look at the main mushroom biome. There's more explosives. These things suck and are stressful. I'm gonna go ahead and just start trashing some things to pick these up. Okay, so like I said, I don't want to walk on the floor. Oh gosh, we got a worm. I'm just gonna build a bit of an arena. Pull out my shurikens. Okay. So in this area, it looks like it's only... Oh my gosh, I'm not paying attention. Looks like it's only these two explosives. But you never know, there could be more. It doesn't look like there's any more pressure plates or anything. Oh, there's a bat coming up. Might be able to get out of there. And it looks like he's kind of stuck in there for now. Alright, well this sucks. Anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and throw a bomb down there to try and... There we go, we broke one explosive. Okay, my spacebar just like did not work there and did like a mini jump. But we're at 240 health actually, which is pretty good. So not really in any danger here. Got a spelunker potion, so that's nice. I'm gonna just kind of get closer to the floor here to be able to pick up some of these items while not touching the floor. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and break this explosive. Okay, we're out of torches though. So I don't see anything else around this chest, so I'm gonna go ahead and open it, but could be bad. Drop that boulder over there. That's why we block ourselves in. Overall, pretty good chest though. We got torches, we got feather falls, which are really, really nice. And some other random stuff. Just gonna try and, I don't know, sort my inventory out a bit. Don't need that. I'm gonna go ahead and eat. That's not food. Let's not throw dynamite. I'll go ahead and break the chest as well. So there's a house. There's dynamite. There's more frickin' worms. Just gonna pull out my bow. Still got more shurikens. I'm gonna go for that demonite though, and then the spark crystal, and then that demonite, and then that chest over there. That's my plan. Doesn't look like there's too many red pressure plates up here that these mobs are setting off, so that's good, but still kind of scary. Sorry if I'm not really reading chat too much. There's a lot to pay attention to, so I'm not always going to be reading chat, especially in a mushroom biome. Things are scary. So, but we need to be able to pick up this demonite. So, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that one thorns potion, or one shuriken. I'm going to go ahead and just use my buffs right now. That may have wasted an extra food. I don't think it did, but in general, oh my gosh, how many freaking worms are we gonna get? In general, you may as well drink the buffs as you get them, because you could die, and more likely than not, they're gonna be useful, so may as well use them. All right, it looks like these worms have a hard time kind of staying spawn. Looks like they don't have enough blocks to kind of get back up to us, and they just despawn. So I'm gonna go over off to the left side here just to avoid these pots, because it's probably gonna mess me up. There's more boulders and stuff up here. So we're going pretty slow, and now we have quite a few mobs spawning on us, which sucks, but we're just gonna kind of build ourselves a safe route here. Okay, let's go ahead and break some of these. Okay, there we go. That kind of works. Okay, this works. Just trying to avoid the enemies as much as possible. Don't want to tangle with them. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off. Oh god. I hear pressure plates being clicked a lot. That doesn't sound good. But we are getting quite a few heart crystals, which is really nice. So as long as you just kind of keep playing it safe, it should be okay. So another heart crystal, more explosives, more chests. I'm gonna go ahead and just break this pot above me so I don't get a bomb on the head out of nowhere. I might leave this demonite for now just because I don't want to bomb down below me. So now moving over to here, just want to think about what I want to do, because there's explosives here, there's explosives below me, there's a house over here, there's a heart crystal here, but the heart crystal's a little close to the explosive. So scary things. So it's good to just kind of take a second to kind of take stock of your surroundings, know where the threats are. Also geysers suck. So I might go ahead and break these, just so if I'm ever walking around up there, I won't be stepping on them. I don't want to get too close to this explosive, but I do want this heart crystal, so I'm gonna go ahead and break that. Okay, looks like we're good. Just very careful to not ruin my trench by anything. So break our heart crystal. We're at 280, which is pretty good. I'm just gonna dig towards this explosive. Hopefully nothing blows it up. All right, got it broken. It looks like that was the only explosive hooked up to this chest, I think, because I don't see any pressure plate. I don't see anything else around this chest. There could be like boulders and stuff above us, but if we're in our tunnel, we should be pretty safe. I'm just gonna check if it is trapped. Yeah, so I think it was that dynamite. I don't see any other dynamites, so I'm just gonna open it. Okay, the boulder down there activated. So there's a lot of cross wiring. I'm just gonna drink those potions all now. Danger Sense is really nice. Cloud in a Bottle is also really nice. So now we have Hermes and Cloud in a Bottle. So honestly, we're kind of set to fight Eye of Cthulhu as soon as we get maybe like a Demonite Bow or something. So another explosive here, Goblin Statue. That could be handy because spawning the goblins can be kind of tricky. So having that statue is pretty nice. I might try and grab that after I grab this chest. So mushroom chests can't be trapped, I'm pretty sure. So I'm pretty sure the only chests that can be trapped are gold chests. They'll probably change that in future updates, but right as of now, should just be gold chests that can be trapped. So if you're in the ice biome, don't really have to worry about it. If you're in the jungle, don't really have to worry about it. But so I'm just gonna open it, and there's nothing, as I expected. I'm just gonna get rid of the silt. So making my way over to that goblin statue, the TNT barrel, dart trap, and a chest, all sitting there. Which, dear lord, this sucks. There's a lot of bats here. I might just gonna go above. I'm just gonna shoot out, kill this bat, because our offense is fairly good and we do have some mobility. So I'm just gonna kind of run out for now to avoid going extremely slow. I'm just gonna shoot out here, maybe kill some of these bats. Alright, Just gonna block that off. Just block off around me. So I kind of want to set off that TNT barrel from a distance, if I can. But I'm just gonna try and kill some of these bats first. I'm wasting a bit of ammo, but they're just wooden arrows. Oh my gosh, these bats are just dodging me perfectly. Alright, come on. Yeah, I think these two spore bats are the only things that can really get at us right now. We trapped in these spore bats over here. And then all those zombies kind of got stuck, so we're gonna just set that off. Eliminate a threat. And again, I'm just kind of walking on these blocks that I'm building. Never really giving myself the chance to step on a pressure plate that I don't notice. Don't really need the lead, don't really need the duck statue. So, yeah, the best thing is just to play it safe. Right? Don't allow yourself to get into bad situations. So this one, you see those particles, so that means it's not trapped, so we can just open it knowing that we're perfectly fine. So right now I'm kind of looking at my inventory. I don't think anything can get at me, so let's see. I'll take that. Alright. So now we still have some featherfall and stuff, so I'm gonna explore around, see what's around. I don't really want to go into the glowing moss too much, to be honest. We could go back down and explore that rail, because we're kind of hitting dead ends here. So I'm gonna go backwards, see what we got behind us, because I don't really like going further that way. So I'm just gonna go back. Could maybe get some of this demonite now. Do we have more gold? We do have more gold now, so I think we can probably just make a gold pickaxe. Boom. So we probably got some of that gold from those chests, so we can just go ahead and mine up the demonite. Makes our lives a lot easier. I'm just gonna block swap these. How much demonite have we got? Because honestly, this setup, Hermes, Cloud, Demon Bow, that can take care of Eye of Cthulhu, but oh gosh. We probably should have some sort of armor, but I'm just gonna go above that queen bee larva. So queen bee larva can spawn pretty much anywhere, so just gonna be wary of that and kind of run away from it, for lack of a better word. Just, you know, steer clear. Steer very clear. Where are these torches? I don't want these mushroom torches. I hate them. We have 66 regular torches. That's fine. I'm gonna go towards this demonite. I think we do have a decent amount of demonite, but you know, more never hurts. I'm gonna go and block off behind me now, just that nothing can come at me. Seeing that mother slime starting to come over. Don't want to get involved with anybody, so I'm just gonna block off behind me. Mine over to this. But we do have this hoplite statue, so we could set up that and farm for the gladiator armor, especially considering we have the mace, which is probably the best way to farm for that. So with all of this, this should definitely be enough demonite to make a demon bow and also probably a light's bane. Let's just go and see what we got. So we got 20 demonite. I'm gonna go and make the demon bow first. Regular modifier, that's fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and make light's bane as well. Large light's bane is pretty nice. Let's go and see how much platinum. 10 platinum. And I'm just gonna leave it for now. But now with all the extra bars, we're kind of stuck. But you know what, Andreas? Since we have this this iron sitting here, I'll go ahead and, or this extra lead sitting around, I was gonna trash it. I'll go ahead and make a bucket. We can throw it on our head. no extra cost to us, so that's fine. So we're looking pretty good. We just don't have a hook, and we can obviously use more life crystals, but we have boots, we have a double jump, we have a lightsbane, we have a demon bow. Oh gosh. This is horrible. Oh, there's that pressure plate. That's spawning all these bats. I see. Is there any easy way to get back down? Avoiding these bats? I don't know. I mean, they're just gonna keep spawning, so maybe... I don't like this. I might just recall at this point, because although there is this rail right here that we could explore. I'll go ahead and try and get back down. Once again, I'm just gonna go and block off above me, so that nothing can drop down on my head while I'm going. It could be worth it to try and look for the desert at this point to get some sand, to get danger sense potions, because danger sense potions increase your survivability just a lot. Again, blocking off above me. Just being able to see all the traps can really, really help. So yeah, I'm just going to steer very clear of that explosive barrel again. Don't want to get near it. And then I think I can just dig over to the right here and get into that, my cave before, my little tunnel from before. So that's what I'm going to do. Just avoid all those bats, because they're just going to keep spawning. There's not much I can do. Maybe drop some bombs down to break the statue, but this works too. Maybe takes a little more time, but it's alright. Actually, now that I've got a bunch of mud, I'm going to go ahead and replace mud as my block. So yeah, if you'll notice, I have my hotbar set up in a particular way. I've got, you know, sword, bow, block. These are all kind of junk. Recalls, which I have mapped to my mouse button. And then platforms and rope at the end. And I don't have my pickaxe in my hotbar. I just use the shift key to bring it up. I know some people like that, some people don't. I'm gonna go ahead and drink my extra featherfall here. I love featherfall. It's super good. If you don't like featherfall, try it. It's really good. It's really, really good. If you don't like featherfall, it might be because you just don't know how it works. So, yes, it makes you fall slower, but if you hold W, it makes you go up more. And if you hold down, then you'll just fall like normal. So basically it just gives you so much more control over your vertical movement. So if you don't want to fall slowly, just hold S, which is down, and you'll fall normally. If you really just kind of want to go up, oh, our danger sense ran out. Oh, that sucks. If you really just want to go up, hold W, and you'll just go flying. So if you just neutral, not pushing anything, then yeah, you'll still be a little floaty, just not as much as if you hold W. So we've got, looks like a heart crystal and a mimic. So a chest can't spawn there. I gotta block this off because there's things coming. Yeah, a chest can't spawn on top of a boulder. So that's a mimic. I don't know the best way to, like, trap it. I don't know if I can trap it. We have some ash. Yeah. I'll go ahead and build a little platform across so that it can jump over here. So it'll jump over here, and then I'm just gonna break these and get trapped over here maybe. So I'm gonna try and kill it. Well, that kind of sucks, but it should be fine. All right, I'm just gonna shoot it. Nice. So do we have any falling blocks? Looks like we might just have the ash. But if you go ahead and like place ash and then break it, it'll fall in further worthy and get fixed boy. So I'm just gonna try and like trap it like this. There There we go. Slowly but surely. This might work. Easy. Most scuff trapped ever, but it works. We have the Light's Bane, which can hit it, so can maybe just do this, but it'll probably be better to set up a better way to do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and dig down here. Go ahead and break that. Okay. Need some light. Okay, I think I want to be on this block here. So let's see, he's here. If we do this, I think we're hitting him. This is probably a faster way. So we're just gonna kill this. So yeah, mimics can spawn in pretty hard mode in Get Fixed Boy, so be wary of that. They can also spawn in hell, in just like when you're shaking the trees and stuff, and they'll be like the shadow chests, those purple ones. So yeah, just look out for that. If there's any suspicious looking chests, yeah, be careful. Also just any just like normal chests just kind of sitting there. Also ice chests, they can be mimics, so just be very careful when approaching chests because they can be mimics, so just keep that in mind. They can take a while to kill, but they give just like regular chest loot. Well, not chest loot, but like like the major items. So you can get like Hermes or a double jump, which I guess thinking about it, we already have both of those, so we don't necessarily need to kill this thing, but may as well. Gives money too, so may as well. Doesn't take too long, and we haven't really got too much going on. Got a heart crystal here that we're gonna grab, and we're at 300 with that, which is pretty good. Pretty dang good, honestly. So, just gonna keep taking out this mimic. And while you're doing stuff like this, it can be a good idea to just kind of take stock of what you've got in your inventory. Maybe think about sorting your inventory. Think about what you've got. Like I've got 4. Gonna block that off. Got 4 gold right now. This mimic should help quite a bit with that. So yeah, just kind of always be thinking about everything around you, about your inventory, stuff like that. And like I said, that red slime kind of showed up, and I realized, oh hey, this is open above me. If he jumped down on my head, started smacking me around, that could be dangerous, so, you know, just being aware of it. Ow. Just being aware of everything, what can happen, where threats can come from. Good idea, so we're gonna go ahead and block this off now that like 2 things have dropped on me. I'm just gonna go ahead and block it off. And that's why like Featherfall is so good. You see there, like, I didn't even use my double jump. I literally just jumped once and just floated all the way up there. So I'm gonna go ahead and just build my way down to this heart crystal with these slimes kind of getting in the way. Oh, I can't reach it. Just gonna use our bow. So again, there's this sitting boulder here, but you can kind of just ignore it, and doesn't really matter. So we do have a little gem pile and a little chest here. Oh, that's not good. There's also a pressure plate in the water there, which is scary. So when Tims spawn, you want to just kind of keep hitting them, because if you don't, oh, I'm starving now. We're gonna go and eat. Because if you don't, they'll teleport, they'll start shooting a bunch of balls at you, and if they teleport to a spot where you can't hit them, they're going to keep shooting balls. It's just not going to be good. So I think that pressure plate in the water was hooked up to that dart trap that we already broke. But things can always be crosswired, there can be more stuff, so... Oh my gosh. So always just be careful of that, because you don't really know what all could be hooked up to a pressure plate, so yeah, just kind of be careful of that. I'm just gonna use those. Might have been better to save them for Jester's arrows, but I don't care. So, tough. I'm just kind of trying to sort my inventory right now. Yeah, I don't know. That'll do. I'm just gonna go over to this right side of the rail now and keep exploring. So this rail ends right here. There's a heart statue, which if you like those, you can use them. I don't really like them, so I'm not even gonna bother picking it up because I'm not gonna be using it. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this life crystal though. Just place torches everywhere and kind of just be wary of where you're standing. So there is a pressure plate right here next to this chest in the water, but we got particles, so it's safe. We'll go ahead and take the different cloud in a bottle. So one thing to note here, there are topaz. The magiluminescence, which you make from topaz and demonite or crimtane, is a really good accessory because it provides light. So you just kind of don't really have to worry about dying to darkness when you have that. So it requires 5 topaz and 12 bars. So really good accessory to grab. So if you see any topaz, grab it and make it. But I don't have the evil bars right now, so that's unfortunate. But I was lucky enough to get exactly enough topaz. So that's nice. Just gonna fight this black slime carefully in the darkness. Okay. Don't really like this. I'm gonna start to turn back. I don't really want to be over here right now. So now that I got the topaz, I do kind of want to be on the lookout for that evil ore, because I really do want a magiluminescence. It's really good. I also want a hook, so that's something to think about. And I think, did I grab that gem pile? I didn't. So this should give me enough amethyst. Oh, bruh. Okay. Well, it does not give me enough amethyst, but I knew I was really close, and I remember that gem pile, so I figured may as well see if it gives me enough, but it didn't. My feather ball ran out, which really sucks. Anyways, we have an imp statue here, which you always want to pick up, because the wall of flesh in For the Worthy and Get Fixed Boy spawns super powered fire imps, which really suck. So using the statue, you can farm banners. You can farm banners for the imps before you fight it, and then just line your hell bridge with a bunch of imp banners, which makes them so much better to deal with. So I think this is a dead end here, but doesn't hurt to check. Looks like it actually kind of goes on more than I thought. So unfortunately we did get gassed, but we have quite a bit of life. It looks like there's a house up here, so I'm just gonna keep going, because I think I'll be all right. There's another water chest here. Interesting. So I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of build across here. So again, we're just gonna mine the chest, and you see those particles, so we know it's safe, so we can just open it. Got a lava charm. Interesting. I also got a trident from that. So I am going to go ahead and throw down a campfire to help with the regen. Got water walking boots. Okay, well, we're already almost there to Terra Spark, which is kind of crazy. But I'll take it. Our luck on the loot this run has been pretty good, I'm not going to lie. I'm just going to kind of kill these things while I'm sitting here waiting, because I got another 50 seconds on the poison. But I'm gonna go ahead and grab these demonite for that magiluminescence, like I was saying. Gnome probably hate watching right now. Nah, no, honestly, we're all yeah. So I go ahead and drank a potion there just to keep my health up. I'll survive the poison, no problem. But you know, just want to be careful. Don't really want to get into any fights, because, you know, you're already going to be at low health, you're already going to be losing health, so getting into fights kind of scary there. So if you notice, I placed the block there just to break off the water stream, because just limits your vision. Can't really see, so just wanted to block that off. So we see another kind of pile of demonite here, which should be enough for our magiluminescence. And honestly, with that, with 340 HP, magiluminescence, Hermes, Cloud in a Bottle, Water Walking Boots, Lava Charm, Demon Bow, Light's Bane, kind of set. We do still need a couple more life crystals, but 340 is like plenty fine for now. So after I get this, I'll probably recall and maybe farm the Hoplite statue for armor, and then fight Diet Cthulhu. And then you're kind of out of the early game. At that point, you can start setting up potions to just make the rest of your exploration super, super safe using Danger Sense. Yeah, it's just, once you kind of have a base, you know, once you have health, once you have armor, once you have mobility, you have so much more, like, survivability. Like, so many less things that are going to start killing you now. So, I'll go ahead and grab the stylist, just because she's here. May as well. If I can reach her. So I do notice that there is a harpy statue up here, which could be good since I love feather falls, but honestly, it's kind of safer just to, or faster just to kill harpies. So, not really too worried about it. The one thing we don't have is a hook. Blue Magiluminescence. We have 14 amethyst, but other than that, our hook luck has been pretty poor. Or our gem luck. It's been pretty poor. So we don't have a hook, but that's like the one thing. But technically we could get a hook, just like the regular hook item from these hoplites, I think. Which, to be fair, it's a little better than amethyst, I think, so may as well. But yeah, I don't know, we have not really found many gems, so it might recall now, because we're getting limited returns here by being out and about, especially without armor. Let's go ahead and try and dig down a little bit here, see what we can see. We still have one more hunter, I think. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything, so I'm gonna go ahead and recall. Gonna go ahead and build some housing really quick. So I'm just gonna build it up off the floor. I don't like to be on the floor letting things get at me, so I'm gonna go ahead and get some more wood. There's a zombie. Yeah, this is why I don't like to be on the floor. Get me out of here. Okay. So actually, before I build NPC housing, I don't even have any chests, do I? Jeez, okay. I'm just gonna set up kind of a crafting and chest area, but I don't have any chests. Can I make any? Do I have some iron? I have some lead. There we go. Mushroom chests. Nice. So, I'm just gonna dump off kind of all my stuff. Go ahead and get a brief kind of sorting system set up. That's another thing is, if you're playing hardcore, I'd recommend just kind of sort your items. Because if you kind of just dump everything into one chest, kind of sucks. I'll be real, it kind of sucks. So, yeah, just like sort your stuff. It doesn't take that much effort. It's really not that hard. Sort your stuff, man. Alright. I don't have a hook. This sucks. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna get some housing built as soon as possible to get some NPCs moved in. So, let's see. We don't have any wood. All right. I need to chop some trees. It's tree time. But anyways, that was a pretty good kind of early game spelunking session. We got like most of everything you'd want, except for like 3 more heart crystals. Which, you know, that's fine, but like we got the Hermes boots, got the cloud in a bottle, we got Magiluminescence, we got Demon Bow, Lightsbane, we got like all of the important statues that you would want, because you really do kind of want all of these, except for like, I mean, Medusa, Shark statue is really nice, Imp statue basically required, Hoplite statue, nice for getting armor if you don't want to mine for a bunch of platinum, Goblin statue, really nice as well, because breaking an orb is like a lot harder. You need to go like all the way out like here to break an orb, and then again, even once you break an orb, you're still just like playing a waiting game. So just getting the statue to just farm the tattered cloth that you need is really nice, especially in a run like this where I'm going to be farming for hoplite armor. I can just farm both at the same time. So yeah, it's kind of a nice thing to have. So yeah, like we got pretty much everything we would want out of that first kind of spelunking session. So and that was like an hour. So like under an hour, we got pretty much everything we want. Which for Get Fix Boy, it's pretty good. I think playing alone could be a little slower or a little faster than playing in multiplayer, just because there's other people kind of, you know, forcing you to share the loot. So less loot for you overall, maybe forcing you to go farther out of the way to get new loot. So overall, yeah, single player might be a little faster, but overall, I would say like an hour to get pretty much maxed is not bad. It's not bad at all. Like, you've got, like I said, pretty much everything we'd want, except for, like I said, we still need like 3 heart crystals, but 340 is fine for now. And like, you know, we'll go back and explore and get those at some point. Like, it's fine. But like for one initial session, that's really, really pretty good. Especially considering like we didn't explore that much, to be honest. So yeah, pretty dang good. And now we've got housing, so boom. Let me just go ahead and double check. These should be, yeah. All right. If any of you are still watching, let me know. Should I just end this here now? Because kind of the first initial exploration session, I feel like, is kind of the hardest and like what you need to know the most. No, I didn't find the ice. Kind of just went right above spawn, so it could be left, it could be right. I don't really know. So I guess that would maybe be the next thing to do, is be to find the ice biome, but at least in single player, like I still have plenty of food and the trees reset, so I'll have food. But in multiplayer, like somebody will find the ice. So you know, you don't really need to worry about it too much, because like if somebody digs up over here on the right side, they might find it. If somebody digs up over here on the left side, they might find it. So like in multiplayer, somebody will find it. Yeah, like I said, I don't know if it would be that beneficial to keep this going after this point, because a lot of the stuff after the initial spelunking session it's kind of slow and grindy and farmy. Like, you know, now if I go farm hoplite statues, I'm just gonna be sitting there, which isn't really that entertaining. Heaps of mechanics and items I wasn't familiar with. Really? I'd be interested to kind of hear your thoughts of like what you noticed, because this run felt really I don't know, just kind of slow and basic, to be honest. So, you know, I don't know, I don't feel like I did anything too crazy. I guess using the ash to block in the mimic was a little silly. but it worked. It's easier if you just have silt. You can just silt or sand. You can just kind of drop the falling blocks, but ash works. That was like the only weird mechanic thing I felt like I did. So yeah, I'd be interested if you have like things you learned, because like I said, I don't really notice what I do. Mostly the way traps are set up. Okay, yeah. There's a lot of traps everywhere. Yeah, like knowing the chests and what can spawn on chests, that can be pretty important. Like I said, only gold chests are trapped. And unless it's like a regularly generated like trap chest with like, you know, the explosives and the dart traps and the boulders and everything, if it's not that, it usually only has one explosive. Now I'm not saying that's like the end all be all, but I'm just saying a lot of them generate like that. Like in the houses, if it's trapped, it usually kind of just has one dynamite linked to it. But there's a big but here. There's usually a lot of traps around or statues in the house. Statues are a big thing because they don't show up on the danger sense, so you might not think about it. So if you're in a house and you have a trap chest, make sure to break all the statues, because if there's like an imp statue or a pigron statue or a Medusa statue, that's gonna suck. So yeah, that's one thing, is just kind of be aware of just anything around. And so for example, when I opened this chest, I saw that, like, you know, down here there's nothing. Up here there's just a lot of blocks, and if there's like an explosive up here, it's not going to reach me. Up here there could be boulders, but like I'm blocked in, I'm fine. So I knew like, okay, even if there is like crosswired or other stuff, I'm probably going to be okay. So just kind of opening and like blocking yourself off, putting yourself in a position where even if there is other stuff you can't see, it shouldn't affect you, is pretty important. Demonize go through one block gaps, or it glitched. That could be a glitch, but stuff like that happens, especially in For the Worthy, which includes Get Fixed Boy. I think there's like a lot of size variation in mobs like Demonize and like Eater of Souls and stuff like that, so some of the smaller ones can be a bit funky. Like some of the smaller skeletons can definitely fall through a one block gap like that. So just to be safe, put a line of blocks. To be even safer, put 2 lines of blocks. But to be fair, I've had a Shelly pass through 3 rows of blocks and kill me, so you know. And in general, in like multiplayer on servers, it'll be more laggy, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, when things lag and they kill you, it feels bad. It kind of sucks because it kind of feels like it was out of your control. So yeah, it sucks, but you can kind of play around it, you know, just place more blocks. Just be aware, like, hey, that thing is acting funky. Also, just be aware of like potential naturally spawning hoiks. If there's any sloped blocks, things can get really funky really quickly, and mobs can just glitch through blocks. Slimes are notoriously known for kind of clipping through terrain and getting lodged inside the terrain, and then they can like slide through, come out the other end, and hit you. I know people have died before and that way, and like they didn't know that slimes behave that way. So yeah, like common things to know about, just even if it's not like supposed to happen, just knowing that these things do happen can still kind of save you, you know, even if they shouldn't. Playing around it can help. So yeah, there's a lot of annoying things like that where it feels a little bad to have kind of a bullshit death like that, but you know, you die and you learn. So yeah, just place more blocks, you know, if you can place, you know, like, it doesn't need to be a 1 block gap there, you can place it. I feel like shooting through it, it's a different thing. But another thing, I guess I'll go and show this if you guys don't know. If you have a wall like this, you can I'll go and show 2 ways. One, you can just place platforms and then hammer them, or if you place, so the first like lower platform won't be hammered, but if you place that and then if you turn on auto cursor, these will all be sloped, and basically this creates a one-way gate where you can shoot through it, and enemies can't go through it, right? And if you walk through it, you can go through it. You need to hold down though to like go through it, because otherwise you'll just kind of ride up the stair. But if you hold down, you can walk through it. So if you're like in a tunnel, let's say you're tunneling and there's enemies out here, you can shoot through this without needing to, for example, open up a 1-block gap to shoot out. I'm gonna move that away from my food. So I know a lot of people already know that, but you can also just place these and then hammer them. But if you don't have wood for a hammer, you can do this. So like if, for example, if I have it like this and I place them, the first one will just be placed normally. So that's why I broke this one first, place that, and then place these with auto cursor. It'll just automatically slope them. So you don't even need a hammer to do this. So yeah, little tip there. I'm sure you probably knew that, Tony, but some people might not. So that's a very commonly used thing. So if you didn't know that, that can be very, very useful just to hit things when they can't hit you. So that's a good thing to know. Yep. So if you just place it with auto cursor, they'll be sloped. So you can, I don't know if I can get it to like, yeah, it doesn't want to go above it, so you kind of need the wall there. But yeah, if you just have a auto cursor on, they'll just place already sloped. So, you know, if you're up in the mines and you don't have wood, you don't have a hammer, you can still do it. So even if you already knew kind of the trick, you may not have known about the hammer thing. So yeah, just little tricks like that can really help, because oftentimes you'll be in a situation where there's enemies that you need to kill, and you don't want to go out there. But in general, you might just want to avoid enemies. But anyways, I think I'll probably... Also, what's the fastest way to kill a mimic first day? Bring it back to spawn and let the princess kill it. That's the fastest way. They do so much damage. They being just like all the NPCs. The princess definitely does the most, but like the steampunker will shoot at it too and stuff. And then, but anyways, yeah, the princess will kill it really fast. So if you can, just kind of aggro it, run all the way back to spawn. If it's like all the way on the edge, might be faster to like kill it. Probably not. If you have like a bunch of people in multiplayer, you can just like stack it up and just kill them with short swords. But yeah, just run back to spawn, have the NPCs kill it. One thing though is if you're in multiplayer, just be very careful to let everyone know, hey, I'm bringing a mimic to spawn, because yeah, you could get other people killed trailing a mimic all the way back to spawn. So just be careful of that. But yeah, that's the fastest way. It'll die in like 5 seconds. Maybe like 10. Yeah, if you have any other questions, ask me. That way it's like in this video, in this recording, for people to look at later. But I think that covered like the early game kind of biggest threats. And after this, you know, you have a lot more resources, so you can manage the threats a lot better. And like you're not really at risk of dying as easily. So I don't really see the value in continuing it too much after this. But yeah, if you have any other questions, feel free to ask. About lighting and Charlie. I don't know what Charlie means. And what do you mean about lighting? Darkness. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Is it Charlie? You're probably right. I have no idea. Yeah. What about it? Is there anything in particular? Basically, I would just recommend place torches very frequently. Just don't be in darkness. Water will break your torches, kill you. So be careful of that, especially if you're like in a tunnel. Try not to let water in, because it'll break your torches and you probably die. What's the threshold? Yeah, I don't know for certain, but I would say err on the side of caution. Like, don't push it. Yeah, no, and you should be like, just place torches. And to be honest, it seems kind of inconsistent. One thing I will say is Gnome died in honey to darkness once, with like a magiluminescence and a glow stick, I think. So don't go in honey is one thing I would say. But yeah, just place torches frequently. Like if you're like let's say so there's a torch here, and if you're like in a cave and you're like over here, I would say like, yeah, okay, you should probably start placing a new torch. like if I'm here and like a torch is here, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna place another torch. Just place a lot of torches because yeah, you don't want to mess with it. And like I said, it seems kind of inconsistent. Like I've had people die when they thought they were perfectly fine. So yeah, just if you can be lavish with your torches, but I know you can get really low really quick. But you know, if you build the slime farm, it's better to kind of do more than less. Because like in multiplayer, you do kind of want to get up into the caves as quickly as possible. But even then, like nothing's gonna like stop you from just taking a couple more. Oh my gosh, I'm dumb. Nothing's gonna stop you from taking a couple extra minutes to just wait, I have a double jump. What am I doing? Anyway, nothing's gonna stop you from taking a couple extra minutes to get some extra gel. So I forget that I have mobility accessories that I can use. That's another thing there is I didn't grab this rope. You can't grab rope if you're holding space or the jump button. So if you're holding W and you're still holding space, for example, here, let me, I'm holding space. Okay, I kind of instinctively let go of it, but if you're holding it, you can't grab it. So you have to let go of space to grab the rope, even if you're holding W. But I was gonna go up here and review just kind of like how many torches I placed in the caves, just to kind of give you an idea of like how often I'm thinking about it. Like as you can see, going up, just placing torches all the time. Like I probably place way more than I need to. But yeah, I mean, you can see like every like, let's see, like yeah, every like 10 blocks I'm placing a torch. So and then here I grabbed some to bring with me because I was running low. But yeah, like as you can see, yeah, like every 10 blocks. So that's kind of probably just my muscle memory. Just like I don't want to be dealing with torches. I don't want to deal with darkness. So yeah, like you can see, I'm placing them pretty dang frequently. Like yeah, every 10 blocks or so, I would say, is what I'm doing, which is kind of probably just habit. So yeah, like yeah, I'm just, whenever I'm like, you know, in a spot where I can, I'm placing them. You know, here I'm riding the rail, so I'm not but you know, just holding it out while you're going through that area. Also, explosive bunny, be careful, those spawn in the grass. They're not nearly as common as in For the Worthy, because in For the Worthy, you know, obviously you have a lot of grass that spawn and stuff. But if you're up here in this kind of mid-surface layer, you'll get explosive bunnies here. If you're in a town, probably even more so. So that can kind of be scary. Be careful of that. But if you're like up here, they don't really spawn in like the upper area as much. But yeah, explosive bunnies. But yeah, like I'm placing torches a lot. So that would be my advice on that, is just place a lot of torches. Don't mess around with darkness. It will kill you. Like I'm placing torches all over. So yeah, I do about every 10 blocks, it looks like. So hope that helps. Well, if there are no other questions, I'll probably just end that here. It's a pretty good run, and To be fair, I kind of feel that I got kind of lucky with just like loot spawns and stuff. But you know, I mean, if you do the star minigame, you should get quite a bit of loot, to be fair, so yeah. So also, don't do this. Don't fight blood moons. Blood moons suck. Just like box up and shoot things safely. Alright, yeah, well, I'm gonna end that here. Hopefully that's helpful to some people. And this should, because it was a live stream, it should stay up on my YouTube channel under the live section, but I did also just record it normally, so I can maybe just upload it as a normal video, if that might be easier to get to. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you learned something, especially in preparation for the massive Get Fixed Boy run on Saturday. So yeah, we'll greatly hope for this weekend. Exactly. Things change a little bit in multiplayer. You have to kind of pay attention to other people, especially if there's other people that don't know what they're doing. They could be a threat, be a danger to you, or they could be helpful. Like if there's a gnome around and he comes over and throws you 10 life crystals. On the other hand, if there's a gnome around, there's probably no loot in like a 200 block radius, so might want to distance yourself. But also, yeah, like there's just in general going to be a lot less loot around in multiplayer, so it's going to take a lot longer. Plan to just go to the furthest side and go up. Yeah, honestly, that's a good idea if you just go like as far as you can and go up, because a lot of people will probably be just up around spawn. But yeah, in multiplayer, it's just going to be a lot slower, so if you're going slow, don't feel bad. Don't feel the need to rush and kind of go crazy. Just take your time, and like if you survive, that's all that matters, because a lot of people are gonna die. So if you just play the long game and survive, like eventually you'll get geared up. Eventually you'll get life crystals. So, you know, even if you're going slow, just keep plugging along, keep being safe, and like eventually people will die and you won't, and you'll still be alive. And then like after the initial kind of looting session, like I said, it's so much safer. You know, once you have heart crystals and armor and mobility and NPCs and everything, like, you know, ability to craft potions, just you'll be so much safer. So just burrow down and play it safe. Keep trucking along. You'll get there eventually. You'll get chests. You'll get life crystals. Just go slow. You know, as much as I propose for going fast and looting and rushing, one and Get Fixed Boy, you really need to slow down and take your time to make sure that you're not stepping on any traps or anything. And also in like massive multiplayer runs like this, there's just gonna be so many people, and the pressure to go fast is gonna be even more, so it'll be more likely that you're gonna make a mistake. So yeah, I do like going fast and learning, but I'd say it's better to learn in single player than in like big multiplayer runs. So that's my 2 cents on that. All right, well, thank you guys. I'm gonna end it now. Bye.